Hi, my name is Gerhard Gschwandtner and welcome to Selling Power TV. Today is September the 22nd and here are the stories we are following. First, we speak with Jenny Dearborn in California and she shares an amazing story about leadership. Next, we go to Jim Cathcart and he is sharing a wonderful tip with us on hiring salespeople that we all can use. Next, we go to Boston and we'll speak with Mark Roberge, Vice President of Sales of HubSpot, and he tells us about his new CRM program. Stay tuned. And now I'd like to share a quick story that I heard from Jenny Dearborn. She's the Chief Learning Officer of SAP. And she describes in this interview on how she met Bill McDermott, the CEO, and how he pulled everybody together in a meeting and how he listened to the team.
It's such a skill to be able to listen so deeply, and he opened up and he said, "You guys are the cloud leaders at SuccessFactors. You guys know what's going on. What do I need to know? What's working? What's not working? What are the gaps? Tell me. Let me help you. What do I need to do?" And he was this fantastic sort of servant leader. And what was amazing to me, I'm a person that takes a lot of notes because I want to keep track of what I'm listening to, and he took no notes. But everything was locked in because throughout the meeting, at the end of the meeting, he said something like, "So let me repeat to you what I think you've said, what I've heard in this last hour. I think I've heard about 10 points." And he kind of went through and he goes, "And you said that this is a challenge, and here's the example, and then you said that was a challenge." And I was amazed. He nailed it. Like he absorbed it all. He processed it. He owned it. He reflected it back, and he didn't miss one. In an hour of just sort of listening and well, tell me more, and give me another example. That's right. Now, why is that a challenge? And just sort of really open, pulling and listening. And I just came away just floored at the mental capacity to be able to do that. If it was me, I'd be like, "Can you say that again? Let me write that down." And I would need the time to process it and then come back with like, "Here's the 10 things I think I heard." But he did it all spontaneously, and it just it blew me away at just the intellectual capacity of somebody to be able to be that authentic in the moment and then process and reflect back so genuinely and then take action on those things, and then we saw immediate action. These are the 10 things. All followed up, sent from an iPad, in his car from one meeting to the next. And these are the, just as a summary, these are the things I heard. Here's who's going to take action on it. And then it all happened, right? It was an amazing experience of leadership. Yeah.
Have you seen his book yet?
I pre-ordered a copy for each member of my staff, and I think it comes on Amazon. It comes out like October 15th or something like that.
Right.
So I'll get a big shipment, and I want to write a little card and mail it off to each person on my staff. Well, I come from Hewlett-Packard, like way back in the day, and you feel an emotional connection to Bill the way I felt towards Hewlett and Packard, the original guys, Dave Packard and Bill Hewlett. And, I'm a longtime HP person, and that HP way was an incredible emotional bond to the company. And I feel that same way at SAP and towards Bill. It's such an honor to serve under his leadership.
Now we are going to Los Angeles and we're speaking with Jim Cathcart. He's a wonderful speaker and trainer and amazing salesperson. Jim, can you share one hiring tip with us that we all can use when we interview the next candidate?
Hi, Gerhard. Great question. My mentor, Joe Willard, once told me to come into his office, and he was holding a cup of water in his hand. He said, "Grab my wrist." And I did. He said, "Shake it." And I shook his wrist, and water spilled out of the cup. And then he emptied the cup, and he held it out again, and he said, "Grab my wrist and shake it." And I did. He said, "Shake it harder." And I shook it harder. And he said, "Shake it still harder." And I shook it harder. And he said, "How come no water came out?" I said, "There wasn't any water in there." He said, "Exactly. That's something you need to remember, Jim." I said, "Really? How?" He said, "You can't get something out of someone if it's not in there in the first place. No matter how hard or how long you shake, it's not coming out." He said, "So when you're hiring salespeople, Hire problem solvers. Hire proactive people. Hire people that are looking for solutions instead of hiring talkers. Back to you, Gerhard.
Thank you, Jim. And now we are going to Boston, and we are speaking with Mark Roberge, Vice President of Sales of HubSpot, and he is releasing a hot news item. HubSpot is going into the CRM business.
Selling Power audience, thank you so much for the tweets and the questions this week. Yes, we did launch the HubSpot CRM. Yes, it is free for you to use. So go to HubSpot.com/sales. We're not going to open up to the whole world yet, but if you get in there, we're going to roll them in. We're rolling in hundreds of people every single week, and we're excited to get your feedback. The whole premise here is we wanted to build software that was built for the salesperson. No more logging calls, no more dialing the phone, no more finding information about the prospects. It's all brought in and aggregated and automated for people. It's CRM that doesn't create work for the salesperson, it's CRM that works for the salespeople.
With HubSpot CRM, we see that our salesmen are going in armed and ready for battle. They can already see the dialogue that's occurred with that customer. They're seeing the content that they've consumed, they're seeing how they've transitioned through the funnel, what's made a difference, and maybe what hasn't, so that when they go in, contextually, they're able to start at where that customer's need lie, start at the interest point. That has immediate benefit back to us and obviously value to the customer. That's what it's all about.
Thank you for watching. Stay tuned and visit sellingpower.com.